Hey, I'm Tyler Wilde here at PAX East 2016 with Matthew Cote, producer of Dead by Daylight, which is an asymmetrical multiplayer game where you have a horrible horror serial killer guy hunting down 4 survivors. Can you explain how it works on the killer side and on the survivor side?
I'd be happy to. So we have survivors that are trying to escape the world, mostly by fixing generators, trying to open the doors and getting out. They have a few tools at their disposal, medkits, toolkits, flashlights, things like that to try to help each other, to try to fix things faster, heal each other, or just annoy the killer. And the killer is this usually hulking, powerful machine that cannot be stopped, and he's got a few different powers that he can use to try to get them, whack them, grab them, put them on meat hooks, and let them bleed out, sacrifice them to whatever that weird entity that is recreating this nightmare world over and over and over again to suck hopelessness out of them.
I played as the survivor, and what I found interesting is that, you're kind of meant to work together, or maybe you should work together, but you're also kind of pit against each other, because when I saw the killer coming, I was like, I hope he chases that guy and not me, right? Can you talk a little about the strategies for winning and how often you think the survivors win?
The game is really hard. It seems geared towards the killer, but it is hard for the killer also. You really have to be on the ball and not let them screw with you. However, for the survivors, as we say, you're going to be fine if you don't panic, if you don't get overconfident or cocky, or if you don't get impatient. But usually you get a little stressed, the tension mounts, and then you make bad choices. So we give you a lot of choices about being cooperative, about using the things at your disposal, how you hide, how you take your time, how you take risks. Most of the time you're gonna get taken, you're gonna get killed because you made bad choices. And that's the most fun, is when you finish a game, you just got killed and you go, I should not have done that. Next time though, next time I'm not gonna do that.
It's sort of like in a horror movie when you yell at the characters, like, why are they doing that? But then my instinct is to do just the same thing, like split up, run, all that.
Exactly. I mean, the whole game was very much inspired by the 80s slasher movie, things like that. But the fact that we decided not to tie ourselves down to a specific genre or a specific thing, just because we want to be able to explore, from Chinese ghost stories to the paranormal creatures to the super mundane. The one killer that we have today that we're showing is this guy that places bear traps down, and he's got a big, rusty piece of metal to whack people with. He's very much on the more mundane slasher kind of guy. But we do have other killers that are paranormal creatures or supernatural entities, and it's really, really fun to have that uncertainty. So the survivors, when they go into the maps are procedurally generated, so they don't know where they are, they don't know the lay of the land, and they don't know who they're going to face this time.
Yeah, so there was sort of a period of time when asymmetrical multiplayer games kind of started to emerge more and more often. You had stuff like Evolve,
Yep.
And you've had stuff that, maybe sold well, but kind of has petered out fairly quickly. What do you think it takes to get people playing and to keep playing and build that community?
There's two things. I think that it's a style of gaming, it's a type of game, let's say, whose time has come. And there's going to be a few different ones that need to happen, and people need to learn what they like about this, what they don't like, and the developers will learn how to make these games well. So I think it's really cool that there are a few other titles out there trying to do similar stuff and different stuff using the same mechanics. But this is the beginning of that type of gaming. The really cool thing I think that's going to happen with something like this is for Twitch people, YouTube streamers, people like that, because you want to see the reaction of people playing these games. It's super intense, and it really creates those awesome moments. For us, we wanted from the beginning to have the core mechanic, which is hide and seek and the hunting and the chasing, and we wanted to really nail that down, because that's where you get your heart pumping, that's where people get super excited. People want to watch people play games and get super excited. It's a thing it's bigger than that, pretty much anything right now. I mean, that's how people get a lot of their experience of games before they buy them. So I think this sort of game, the super intense thing, is going to work well for that.
All right, so right now, I think I was told you're in sort of an alpha state or a beta that's closed. When will it be out to play?
So we just announced it, June 14. The game will be fully available for everyone. We are going to have a beta running for about 2 weeks before that. There are many ways to get keys to the beta. Right now at PAX, anybody who signs up for a newsletter gets in. If not, the pre-order is out, so if you pre-order it right now, you get a key to the beta.
All right. Thanks so much for talking to us.
It was a pleasure.